Hello. It is. It's gorgeous, isn't it?
It really, really is. Absolutely steaming in London. Fabulous day, and I gather it is around the country. Well, first of all, Joe, why? Why suddenly has summer finally arrived?
Well, yes, it seems bizarre, doesn't it? It was only a week or so ago that we were forecasting rain and hail, northerly winds, temperatures below average, overnight frosts even, and then suddenly, just like that, it all changed. Well, of course, we are an island and very subject to minor shifts in the weather, which cause major changes. Northerly wind, it's always going to be cold. If it's coming from the west, it's cool and damp. If it's coming from the south, get your barbecues out. Coming from the east, well, it's either going to be glorious weather or existential despair. It really depends on the season. But currently, we've got this southerly flow, which you might think is bringing warm air up from Europe. It's not. What's actually happened is this air has come from Canada. Now, gifts from Canada are usually pretty chilly, but not on this occasion because this air has taken its good old time coming over the Atlantic. And as it's come across, it's been compressed, squashed, sinking, and sinking air warms up. And that's why we've got these incredible temperatures at the moment. Add to that, of course, that the sun in May is really quite strong. And that's why we're seeing these temperatures, which are likely to top 30 degrees Celsius, certainly in some places, not all.
And that's over 90 degrees in old money, isn't it, for our older members of the audience? And how long will this heat wave go on, Joe?
Well, they say for an English summer, it's 3 fine days and a thunderstorm. I have to say, there is a chance.
That's true, apart from the 3-day bit. It's usually about 1 day, isn't it? But go on.
Well, yeah. First and foremost, we're likely to see some thunderstorms working their way south tonight, likely to affect parts of Lincolnshire, East Anglia, the southeast around the dawn. But once that's gone, then the fine weather comes back. And this high pressure looks like staying with us right through until the beginning of June. Obviously, the further ahead the forecast gets, the less reliable. But all indicators are that we're going to stay fine. But the interesting thing in that is because right at the moment, yes, England and Wales have got loads of sunshine. But for Scotland, Northern Ireland, it's really quite a cloudy picture with some rain around. Now, as this high pressure shifts its way northwards, it's going to get rid of that cloud and rain across Scotland and Northern Ireland, so they get some sunshine and some warmth as well. But as that happens, it also takes the focus of the heat further west in the country, and we pick up an onshore flow, so North Sea coasts at that point become a little cooler.
Let's talk about the potential health scares involved in this kind of heat wave. Now, I don't want to undermine the importance of that. People, need to be careful, heat stroke and all that. But the BBC, if you go onto the BBC's website, you'd think we're all going to be dead by Monday. It's like, don't go out, draw the curtains, health services on red alert. I mean, why are they so doom-mongery about nice weather?
Do you know something? I don't know. If it makes you feel any better, the same about Christmas trees. At Christmas time, it's like beware the dust in your Christmas tree that's been in the loft. There are certain things you do need to be aware of course. The sun is strong at this time of year. It's as strong as it is in late August. That might come as a surprise to you. So obviously UV levels are going to be very high, where we've got not a cloud in the sky, and the sun is beating down. Second point to make is the fact that the various bodies of water that surround us, or lakes, or even rivers and canals, they haven't had time to warm up yet. They're still 2-3 weeks ago with the northerly flow and the temperatures below average. So they haven't had a chance to warm up. So anybody going around in this kind of heat, over 30 degrees, who suddenly goes, gosh, I've got a great idea, let's cool off in the water. You do want to be very careful because you can get cold water shock. I think it's fair to warn about that. But it's quite interesting. The UK SHA, I think I've got that right, they usually work from the 1st of June to the 30th of September, running concurrently with the hurricane season in the States, I notice. And because we're not used to these kind of temperatures at the end of May, they've had to come in early. They must be really hacked off.
Indeed. I mean, what do we... You're right. People have been warned, be careful of just plunging yourself into cold water because you can get a shock there. But I do find it kind of strange, don't go swimming. Look at the weather, it's 30 degrees. Don't go swimming. Don't tell me not to go swimming, but you're right, Joe, you've got to be careful. And since we're on this track now, what else should people be cautious about in these conditions?
The traffic.
No,
It's
I
a
meant
bank holiday, don't laugh.
I meant in terms of the actual weather, but that is a really good point. I mean, I even in London, I mean, the whole place is absolutely packed with people, I think, getting the hell out for this bank holiday weekend. So the traffic will be terrible. But yeah, the sun, you implied, you alluded to earlier, these will be very strong UV rays.
Yes, yes, they will. So there's the risk of sunburn. I mean, there are all sorts of horror articles about at the moment, rare skin cancers on the rise. I saw another article about the fact that, this summer we're all going to need air conditioning units. That'd be nice, but probably not going to happen. There's an awful lot written that people are going to click on, and that's mostly why they write it. I think the things to be very aware of in this kind of weather is not to start a journey. If you believe it's only going to take the amount of time it takes to get there, if you see what I mean. Prepare for being stuck in the car for a long time, because if you don't have water with you, if you start to dehydrate, that could be pretty unpleasant. Yeah. But it's it's Friday. People will have started traveling already, I would imagine, or they'll be in the car over the weekend. If you're thinking about day tripping, I think you're mad, but enjoy it. But like I say, prepare for those journeys. Prepare for the fact you're going to have to sit in the car, and particularly now there are so many electric cars on the road, and they've only got limited mileage. If you're heading out towards the coast, and you've got to switch the aircon off, because otherwise you won't get there.
Yeah. Well, listen, Joe, you enjoy the weather, and thank you very much for that weather report. Always good to talk to you. That's Jo Wheeler. She's a meteorologist with the Square Raindrop organisation.